Mining Weekly Online is about to interview Dr. Robbie Robinson, a veteran research commentator who's going to give us a few ideas of how perhaps we can cut costs on our precious metals industries. Robbie, thanks very much for coming in. Platinum is in crisis at the moment. What could be done technologically to make sure that we can get back to on a better footing in the platinum sector?
This is a question again of using the right blasting techniques. One must avoid at any cost the concept of blasting violently this rock to be mined so as to throw the finely divided platinum all over the mine, which is just now becomes irrecoverable. I think there's a very good possibility in introducing a new look into the whole blasting practice underground, a technique which has come to be known as selective blast mining, whereby you can blast the waste rock into the back of a stope, but only take the valuable rock in narrow tabular reefs containing the gold and the precious metals to the surface. With shock tube and with delay detonators comprising shock tubes, you can do this blasting very satisfactorily without any difficulty whatsoever. And then the shock wave will automatically be transmitted into the reef. So it's not being done, but the possibilities and the calculations and the models that are now available to predict what a blast looks like suggest to me that it's not going to be a major problem. And any decent manufacturer of detonators and explosives would be able to manage this with ease. It's certainly possible to use blasting techniques which more shock fracture the rock rather than throw the rock around in big high energy explosions. This is the one thing. The second thing is that in almost all the platinum mines we face the terrible problem of having to smelt a concentrate produced by flotation predominantly of the sulfides in the ore, and this cannot allow too great a content of chromium, and the separation of the chromite inevitably present with the platinum is a very difficult process. So we want a process in which the chromite or the chromium content is not of great significance as it is in the smelting process, quite apart from the heavy cost of the smelting process. And this process exists. It has been developed.
What is that called?
That is called the KEL process. It was developed by a group of people, formed a company, and they've done a lot of laboratory test work, and they need a demonstration plant. It is actually a hydrometallurgical process. The general approach is to say we will float a concentrate, forget about separating chromite from the platinum, we'll do the two together. Then we will get a high platinum recovery with all the chromite that comes in, because it doesn't matter. We are then going to first of all leach away all the base metals, the iron, the copper, the nickel, and recover those without touching the platinum or the chromite. Then after that we will do further steps to hydroleach the platinum selectively. This will be a chlorination process as proposed by the so-called KEL process, and that will give us a recovery which is well above 95% of the platinum.
What is the present recovery?
Well, I think you must take, if you take from rock face to mine, it's something more around about the 65%.
So you're saying we're losing a huge percentage then?
Yes, I say that, but that part of that is made up by the blasting underground and leaving the finely divided platinum, and then the necessity of not getting high recoveries because of the chromite platinum separation. Here we will simply shock blast this so there's no loss of platinum underground, come to the surface and use this hydrometallurgy, which should bring us well into the 90% recovery. And I believe this is terribly important.
That was Dr. Robbie Robinson, a veteran research commentator, talking to us about possibilities of significantly cutting costs on our precious metals mines.